So you have to be able to do that. But if you don't have control over your emotions, if a man can make you, upset you to the point that you don't think, it's like, because maybe he's upsetting you because he's already prepared. Maybe he already has a knowledge of something. Maybe he's got something. So he needs you to do something else, a little more. Why do you have to do it right now? If he's not coming at you right now, why do you got to do that right now? Maybe you need to wait for a minute. I'm only throwing some things out. But anyway, a person, when you're in a regular kind of conversation with someone, you could be talking to your wife. You can be talking, it could be to mom or anybody, it could be anyone, your girlfriend. Now, if a lot of times these kind of situations are tit for tat. If I feel you did this to me, I'm going to do something to you. You don't understand this, well, I'm going to make you understand it by doing this. So if we start responding, it just escalates and gets worse unless somebody's thinking in there and sucks one of those things up and don't respond in that way and comes a whole nother way, which now changes the whole mood. Now you see, you're fighting now. You're fighting now. So I don't know, I'm just thinking about, a straight punch, a straight punch could be related to someone saying this in this kind of situation. This is someone throwing a vicious punch at you. This is someone throwing a hook punch, which is coming around the corner, you know what I mean? It may be something said like this. So then you start to bring actions together with actions together with actions together, people that does a particular thing, even though they're not necessarily thinking about it, meaning to do it in that way, but you now analyze it in a way that keeps you from responding with something that is as vicious. Maybe you want to slip it because the person that you're dealing with is not someone that you should be harming. It's someone that you should be checking, but maybe you need to check them in a way that doesn't hurt them, but make them understand that something could have happened. They had control over that situation. If you slip and matter of fact, you may have seen it in is it Jet Li's? It was Ip Man. And when he was fighting, and he bring his face to him, and so he was showing the person every time that I could be banging you right now. But he put his face right in him, and the other guy tried to swing at him again, he slip it, and he come and put his face in there again. So all of that kind of thing, see, that lets a person know that you really could be hurt. You know that I've only allowed you to live. I've only allowed you until you continue like you don't understand that, and now I do something to you to prove that situation. Yes, sir.
This reminded me of something. She taught us that you taught him. He said that it was about somebody coming into the dojo to want to fight, and he told us that you said that not knowing can be stronger than knowing. As far as if he actually whooped the guy, yes, the guy might be like, oh, well, I can take that. Like, it wasn't that bad. But if he doesn't know, that's stronger than actually doing it, he said that she told him.
Well, what do you think keeps a person from coming to the dojo? Their own thinking. It's not what the reality is on the mat. It's their thinking of what's on the mat. People keep themselves from coming to the dojo to train because they're afraid of what's in their own head. So anyway, that's what I'm just saying, and I'll leave it at that. But we have to think. Don't allow anybody to upset you to the point that you don't have control over yourself, and then you're troubled at the end after you've done the damage. And now you see you can't take back any damage. You can only try to bring up your good to equal the damage. or do better. You can't take it away from somebody's mind what you did to them. It never goes. It's just that, can you do enough to make it obsolete enough to be able to continue moving forward? Somebody will just try to dampen their own thinking of what happened to them. But, you know, you gotta be, you know, we have to be careful, because these little young brothers out here now, they're killing other little brothers for nothing. Literally, you know, nothing. There was a brother one time that actually did that to me, and could have actually killed me. and when I tell you why, it was incredible. Well, somebody, you know, came to me. This is in the 70s. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, you know, and that's like being on the West Side, you know. You know, it's like that in Brooklyn. But anyway, I'm out in this complex. I used to hang out over there all the time, and we play handball, and I mean, you know, like serious handball. So I'm in the building, and the brother came. He said, yo, hey, man, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He was a friend. So we go into the stairwell, you know, right over in the stairwell, you know, and I like popped up a couple of stairs, you know, what's happening, man? What's going on? I'm like, totally, there's nothing that we have going on at all. I don't know nothing. And he stayed down on the lower portion, you know, and I'm up a few steps. I'm like, what's happening, man? What's going on? And he got a little bag in his hand and whatnot, and he started, you know, crying and stuff. I'm like, yo, man, what's happening? I'm thinking that something happening. So, you know, he calling me to tell me about what's up. So he pulls out a little pistol out of the bag, you know. So I'm like, what's up? What's up? You know, what's up? I'm like, you know, you like that, like you going to do something to somebody, and I realized that the man is talking to me, and he's going all around, and it's just like, what are you talking? What's happening, man? So, but my mind, my defensive mind is engaged, even though I still don't know what the hell this is about, but I'm feeling that it's coming this way. I have no idea why, but I'm feeling that. So now I'm like, golly, man, I done bounced up about 5 of these steps, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got to get closer. So while my mind is there, I'm still talking. I'm talking. I shift my body so it could be in an angle, so that it just have the smallest angle that I can make myself on in turn, you know. But as I'm talking to him, I'm still, you know, taking a step down. I'm taking a step down. I'm just, you know, so what's happening? What is going on? What's happening? And I'm really getting into his mind, and I'm trying to draw out, because I have no knowledge of what this brother is upset about. Man, but I'm able to talk to him, and I talked to him to the point that I'm at one step, and he was right on the bottom, so I was able to touch him on the shoulder. In my mind, while I'm talking to him, I said, I got it. I'm ready, you know, I'm at a position now that I can destroy him. But I was so engaged in dealing with him, and I got him now. I'm talking to him, and it's more like a straight wiring kind of situation, and I'm dealing. But in my mind, I'm two people. I'm the guy that's getting ready. I just want to get close enough so I can get you, and then I'm the other counselor dude, right? So when I touch him, I said, "Listen, man, so and so," and I talk to him, and I take the guy. I say, "Come here, what?" And now I got him seated next to me.
You probably crying. Worse now.
He crying now. He crying. He's in tears, and I'm like, "But what is happening? What happened, man? Why is this going on?" He said he had a dream that I was with his girlfriend. the counseling mind went into engage, because that was the only way for me to try to get to him. But suppose I just got upset. Oh no, what happened was, while he was down, he tried to shoot off one down, bang, like he wanted to shoot one off, and it didn't fire. I seen the click happen, right? I don't even go into that part. And I'm still talking to him, and I'm still taking a step down and all of that, and I get to him, and he's still, Allah blessed me to engage enough to be in his mind. And I was able to take his, get the weapon from him. And once he told me, I said, brother, I said, she's like a sister to me, man. I said, I know the whole family and the whole nine. Now, and I'm gonna show you the other side of me too, right? So I do that. I take the pistol and I take care of it, get it away, and send him off, to go ahead on home. He lived in the building to go on home and whatnot. So, it's just terrible. But after I do all of that, right, in my mind I said,
dang, I should have did.
This dude he pulled a gun on me. So now I really wanted to get it. And what happened though is I say my uncle, he really wasn't my uncle, but he's someone that I've known me since I was a little boy. And when I told him, because he old bank robber, he's just a hardcore dude, right? So I said, he told me that, and he spoke lighter than me, like I got a light voice. He said, Tony, he said, let me tell you something, Brother Anthony. He said, he said, if you didn't kill him then, you don't need to kill him now. I don't want to hear that. That's not, I can't talk to him like that, but I'm like on my own, and I said, okay, but I still wasn't satisfied. And I actually, one day I saw him, night was falling. He was coming down a street that is a small, narrow street. There was a school there, and it had how the doors in the school, like it's recessed in. So you got it was about this much space with your back against the door. Street lights, none of them on at that. And he's coming down. I said, I'm gonna get him right now. Now the reason I can talk about it is because I didn't get him, right? So what happened? Yeah. So what happens though is, this is why the God has saved me. My thinking, the God has really saved me many times from doing, because I'm not the one I wasn't gonna knife him and shoot him. I was going to do what I was going to do with my hands. But it was going to be final in my mind. But as he was coming down and I'm over in the back, so now I'm not looking out to see him. I already know he's walking on the side. He's going to pass right in front of me. Before he gets there, what goes over, and that's why I say to God, because it's a God in you that the right starts talking to you about, when you do this, is this something that is appropriate for the action? You know what I mean? And then I heard my uncle, and I just heard all of the stuff, and I said, no. This man literally walked in front of me like this. The space is about from here to maybe into the black. No, maybe into the red where the double doors is. And he walked right in front of me.
You didn't even know.
He never knew. Ever. I'm talking about, listen, In fact, and I'm just thankful, I'm only saying that because it's a lesson in itself, you know, because I began to listen to the weaker side of myself, which was the emotional side. And the emotional side was going to take precedence because I conquered the situation and there was no need for nothing, even though it was an aggressive act, or was it an aggressive act, or what would you call it? It was a threatening act on my life. But I was blessed to have the mind to be able to overcome his thinking, subdue that, but then I left with the feeling, not thinking about the power in which I overcame it, but thinking about just the fact that it happened. So you know, it's a real good, I think it's a good lesson for us, you know, rise above emotion to the thinking of God. The thinking of God is what saved me from being shot by a dude that it would have been said that he had a dream about me. And nothing ever happened with I'm telling you this, she was like my sister, her whole family, we were cool. It's just, I don't know why he had dreams about me. He should have been dreaming about her. But anyway, brothers, I'm sorry, man. Take your time, man. But anyway, just let us just think and be wise in all of our decisions. So